With the not so recent dumpster fire that is the Unity engine, a lot more people have recently made the tough decision to switch to the Godot game engine. So with that, I decided to make a video of just a few things that can help you a lot with your projects. Please subscribe, this video was like an absolute bitch to make. Okay, so number one is global scripts. For this, you just create a folder, call this like script, and then create a blank script. And I'm going to call mine global. Okay, now under projects, project settings, then the auto load tab, press the little white file icon, then locate your newly created script, and then press add. So what this does is at the start of the game, when everything's first loaded, this script will be running at the very start. So any variables and stuff can be called within any other object throughout the entire game. The script is just always open in the background. This is very good for when you're moving from level to level and you need some variables saved, like, I don't know, maybe you have like a coin variable that needs to be transferred from level to level. This isn't a good way to save permanently. This is simply just saving in the game while you're playing. Once you close the game, everything will be gone. So, I don't know, work on a save system if you need to save something. This is also very good for referencing the player node, which I'll do that for number 2. Okay, so number 2, actually, referencing the player. Inside of the global script, we're just going to do var player, actually no, do capital player colon node 3D or 2D depending on your game. And so now what this is doing is instead of setting the value of the variable, we are just setting the type. So if I do print player, it will just return null because it's empty. So to give it a value inside of the player node on OnReady, we'll just do global or the name of your script dot player equals self. So boom, that's it. If I quickly do var, I don't know, Willy equals 509, there we go. And we're just going to make a little function here, colon print player.willy. I'm just going to copy it, just make sure it's spelled the same. Okay. Now in here, we're just going to call the function. There we go. Okay. So what this is doing is we just get the player node and then dot and then just any variable inside of the player code. So if I run this, it should now print 509. So yeah, that's it. It's super simple, and you can do this to get any variable that is simply inside of the player, including object references. Now, organization. Godot has a cool feature where the files on the side can have unique colors to them. So script, here I want this to be orange. You just do set folder color, orange. And now everything inside of it will have this orange tint to it. And can I do it with, no, I can't do it with that. Oh well. And not just colors, but also with the display. With this little square button here, you can now have different modes, and it is, I guess, yeah, it's quite helpful because you now get a little preview here on the side. It's also pretty good if you've come from like an Unreal Engine background, then I guess that would be great. But yeah, I'd recommend just playing around with it and just finding a setting that you'd like. Number 4 is if trees. If you don't want to be a certain developer doing if, else, and else, then a good method to clean up all of this is with the match function. So match works exactly what I'm doing here, which is just checking if this number variable is equal to something. So if number variable is equal to 2, it will run the code here. If number variable is equal to 1, it will run the code here. It's simple, but it can make your code all yucky and messy. So to do the exact same thing, you just write match number, or the variable, colon, then the next one down, you just do 1, then colon, and then the code here, then 2, then 3, and so forth. The good thing about this is you don't have to do 1, 2, 3. I can do 1, 3, 2. I can do 1, 74, then 12. It's super great. And you also don't have to match just numbers like this. You can also match types. So if I want to run a different code depending on the type of variable. So if number is a float, then do this. If number is a boolean, then do this. If number is this, then do that. yeah, there's so many uses for the match function. I'd recommend looking into the documents, but I am not going to go through it because there's just way too much shit. Number 5 is for loops. For loops are super simple and just genuinely nice to use. For a for loop, it is just for x in, we'll do number, just use that as another example, then colon, and then down here you'll just write the code that you want it to spam through. Now you can also do this with arrays. So an array is a list, so this one can just be, I'll just call it list equals, then you do the square brackets and you'll just write, so I'm just going to have an array of numbers. We'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Sorry, my nose is quite runny for some reason all of a sudden. Now, if we do for x in list dot size, and now down here we can just do print list, then the square brackets, and then do x. So x in this is basically the number of loops it's going through. So the first loop is 0 because for some reason computers start counting with 0 instead of 1, which is really annoying. However, with this array here, so see how there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, why am I counting this? This is 9. Yeah. So there's 9 objects here. 1 in this isn't like the first. This isn't classified as like object 1. If I want to get 1 in the list, instead of typing, 1 here with where it says x, I'll do 0. This will now always give me 1. If I actually put in 1, this will give me 2. However, there is 9 objects in here. The computer knows there's 9. When you're talking about the amount of objects, you'll say 9. You won't say 8 because you're starting at 0. No, it's when you're actually counting, then it's confusing. It's whack. Anyway, so list x, because x is this here. Oh, wait, it's supposed to be capital. Okay, there we go. So now if I run this, you'll see it will now print. It will go through every single one and just print them all. So very, very handy. There's also another thing you can do, and instead you can just remove this altogether and just do print x and then get rid of this size here. So we'll just do for x in list. So now this is no longer, like the first index and the second and the third. This is now the actual object. So for the first loop, this won't return 0. This will now actually return 1 because that is the first object in the list. So now if we go through it, it will do the exact same thing. Now, number 6, for this one, I don't really use this that much, but odd or even. I saw this and I thought this would be pretty useful for maybe someone that's just getting into Godot and for some reason wants to make like a coin flipper game. I don't know, but it's handy. And this way you won't be like a certain developer working on a certain anime style game, checking if an object is odd or even. That image is so funny. Anyway, odd or even. Now a good way to do this is we'll just do it here. So we'll just do if, let's use the number variable again. If number %2 equals 0, then print even. And we'll do else print bracket odd. Okay, so now what this is doing is number modulo 2 equals 0. So if it is even, it will equal 0, and it will then say yes, this is even. If it is equal to 1, then this statement here won't be true, so instead it's just going to print odd. If you wanted to check for odd instead, then instead of doing equals, you just do not equals, which is exclamation mark. You can't just do one equal sign. That doesn't like actually mean equals. Just double equal sign means equals. So now if we run this should print odd instead. Yeah, there you go, odd. I'm just going to quickly comment this out so it doesn't spam every time. Now, where is it? Okay, here it is. Now if we set number to 2, so now it is even. There you go, it now says even. So a good way to not, have this little yucky if statement, we can reduce it to a function. So outside of any other function like process and ready, we'll just do func odd, or actually no, this time we'll check for even. We'll do brackets. Now we'll do value colon int. So could we just write password as an error? So what we're doing here is for the function, anything inside the brackets is a value that you're passing through the function. So whenever I now call even, I need to put in a value that the code inside of even can use. And again, we are stating by using colon, then the type we are stating. If you want to do more, then you can just do comma, then I don't know, Willy Bull, then boom, now there's two of them. But we don't need that for this, we just need one variable. So we'll just now do return. I'm just gonna copy that. Return value. Oh, actually, no, we can get rid of that. There you go. Return value modulo 2. And now, instead of doing all this, I'm just going to copy that. We'll just do if even brackets number, so the variable. So we call the function and then chuck the thing in here. So if, oh, sorry, my bad. Equals 0. I am supposed to do that. So there you go. If we now run this, that should now return even. There we go. So if this is, this is 0, it will return true. This statement here, because it's just like the if statement. If equals 0, true. If not, false. So this is now just returning a boolean every time. So it's shorter, it's quicker, and you just have a nice little function. Another quick little tip, if you see these little statements that I have here that actually do absolutely nothing, they're called comments. So as you're writing your code, it is good practice to just do, just write like a little statement, just saying what that function is or whatever the hell you've written does. So here we'll just do code here runs on beginning. I cannot spell, runs on start. So to do a comment, you just write a little hashtag before it. It's, simple as that. Different languages have different ways. I remember there's one language that's just // but yeah, all do the exact same thing. Number 7 is referencing connected objects. So we're going to now give this player a camera. So I'm going to connect a camera to it, so it is parented, and I'm just going to have it just here watching. So now if I press play, there we go, we now get an output. Now, if I want to reference the camera in the code, because the camera is attached to the player, so what I sometimes see people doing is just at OnReady var camera 3D, camera 3D equal to $ camera 3D. Now, sure, this is good. It does the exact same thing, but it's just long. I don't want to type it out every single time. So what instead you can do is click it and drag it on while also holding control, and it will just paste it. So that way you don't have to type it every single time, which is just incredibly frustrating. Number 8 is %. So as you saw with the odd or even, %, using the % symbol isn't actually %, it is called modulo, which I'd recommend looking into that. But if you want to actually get percentage, you have to calculate it. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a function like we did with the odd or even. So we'll just do func %, percent brackets. Now we're going to do 2 variables inside of this. So we'll do the value first. So value is float instead, and comma, then % colon float. It's the exact same as before. And now we'll just do return brackets value. Was it times? Yeah, times %. Oh, whoops. Times % divided by 100. I'm pretty sure that's it. There we go. Oh, wait. Sorry, no. That's supposed to go here. There we go. Now, if I just do this off of ready, I'll just chuck this here. Oh, actually, no, sorry. I'll put this at the very end. If we just do print, I'll just chuck this here, %. Make sure I've copied it correctly. Wait. %. Oh, yeah. Okay, so see how it says expected at least 2. That is because I've put 2 values inside of the brackets, and it now needs those 2 to run. So let's do 50% of 100. So I'll put in 100 and then I'll do 50, and obviously this will return 50, but still good test. There you go, see, 50. If I want 50% of 1, which is 0.5, boom, 0.5. Yeah, that's it. It's simple as that. Now, if I want to add 50% to something, so let's just do, I'll just do another print. Let's add 50% to 5. So we'll do 5 plus percent 5 and 50. Boom, 7.5, because we're adding to it. Now I want to do this to the number variable. So instead of doing number equals number plus percent, let's just do 100%. So that's doubling it. So instead of doing all this, which, oh wait, there's no print, so you won't see it. Why did you say please? Oh, that there. Oh, God, I thought it was crying to me for a second. Anyway, so instead of doing number equals number plus percent, we can just do number plus equals, which does the exact same thing and is just overall shorter. You also don't have to do all this. You can just do number plus equals 1. This will add 1, 3, or take away equals 5. This one will take away 5. Yeah, it's just short and it's just nice. Tip number 9 is a little different. This isn't really a tip, but a recommendation. If you're struggling with Godot and you need help just learning things, or if you have questions for me, or even if you just want to play my game, you should join my Discord server. There's a bunch of wacky ass people there that you can talk to. And yeah, overall, just have a good chat with people. But again, yeah, if you need help with Godot, come and ask me. I'll see if I have the time, and I'll see if I can help. Number 10 is orange text stuff. Now, what I mean by that is this here, like how it says OnReady. So what OnReady does is, well, first of all, without OnReady, so if I just do var willy equals, and I'll just do a string, yes. So this variable willy will be created alongside the node. So, you know, when the node is created, all the variables and stuff will also be created with it. But if I do OnReady right before the variable is created, this variable will now be created once code is able to be ran on the node. So why you do OnReady when you're creating a reference is because, you know, that object might still be being created, like it might not be ready yet. So once OnReady is called, you'll know things are ready to be ran, you know, everything has been loaded, and so the variable can be created with no errors. Another thing is now export. So if I do export before something, actually let's use my number variable again. If I do @export before it, this is very good for DevTools, by the way. You just see now in the inspector for the object that has the code, this has now appeared. So if I now do 1, this should now print subscribe. There we go. So export just allows it so you're able to tweak the variable outside of the code, which is, yes, very good for DevTools and is just overall handy. I always have it on my player scripts, so that way I'm able to tweak any settings and things like that. Another good thing is @tool at the very top. This will make it so the code can now be ran inside of the editor instead of, you know, anywhere else. So instead of code just being ran in the game when the game is running, if you're doing some tool, like I did it for a level generation, and it's good because I can just preview the level inside the editor. But yeah, @tool, code running game, run an editor, very easy, cool. This video is like very scuffed because I have no clue how to record this type of video, but hopefully I got the point across. Hopefully you now understand a few new things, and I know you can go flex to your friends. Ignore the dog barking outside if you can hear that. Jesus Christ. But yeah, if you have any further questions, feel free to ask. Or, again, if you want to play some of my games, interact with some funky-ass people, and again, ask me some questions, then you can just join my Discord server. Link is always in the description of videos. And again, hopefully these little tips and shit were helpful. Hopefully I explained them all well enough. And if you already knew all this stuff, then why are you watching? This is meant for beginners. Go away. Thank you for watching to the very end. Good luck on any projects. See ya.